There is a certain kind of person in this world, someone who feels pain more deeply than others, who carries burdens that aren't even theirs, who walks into a room and immediately feels what everyone else is feeling. If that sounds like you, this video was made for you. Before we begin, ask yourself this one question. Why is it that some people go through the most painful experiences in life? Loss, betrayal, heartbreak, confusion, and instead of becoming bitter, they become wiser, softer, more compassionate, more alive. It is not an accident. There are souls walking this earth right now who were not sent here to simply live their own lives. They were sent here with a mission, a sacred, invisible mission, to heal the people around them. These souls often don't know what they are. They feel different. They feel too much. They wonder why life seems harder for them than for everyone else. But what if the pain wasn't a punishment? What if it was preparation? Today, we are going to explore 9 signs that you are one of these rare souls, a healer, and most people will go their entire lives without ever realizing this truth about themselves. You walk into a room, and within minutes, you know exactly who is hurting, who is pretending to be okay, and who is carrying something heavy inside. You don't need anyone to tell you. You just feel it. When a friend is sad, you don't just sympathize. You actually feel a version of that sadness inside your own chest. When someone near you is anxious, your own body starts to tense up. When someone is joyful, you feel genuinely lifted. This is not weakness. This is not you being overly sensitive. This is called empathic ability, and it is one of the rarest and most powerful gifts a human soul can carry. Science calls people like you empaths. Ancient traditions called you healers, shamans, light bearers. Whatever name you give it, the truth is the same. You were wired differently, on purpose, so that you could feel what others cannot express and help carry what others cannot hold alone. Strangers open up to you. People who never talk about their feelings suddenly find themselves telling you things they have never told anyone. This happens to you constantly, and you have always wondered why. The reason is this: your energy is safe. People can feel on a soul level that you will not judge them, that you will not use their pain against them, that you genuinely care. You are like a lighthouse in the fog. People who are lost are naturally drawn to your light. This is not a coincidence. Healers carry a frequency of unconditional acceptance, and broken people are magnetically drawn to that frequency because deep down, their soul recognizes that healing is near. This is the sign that most healers struggle to accept. If your life has been marked by deep suffering, difficult childhood, loss, betrayal, health struggles, emotional pain that seemed to have no end, it was not random. It was not bad luck. The universe does not give the heaviest loads to the weakest people. Every wound you have survived has given you something no classroom could ever teach. The lived wisdom of someone who has been through the darkness and found their way back to the light. As the poet Rumi once said, "The wound is the place where the light enters you. Your pain was your training ground. Everything you endured was preparing you with the exact tools you will need to guide others through their own darkness." You cannot lead someone out of a place you have never been yourself. While most people gravitate toward the fun, the successful, the easy, you find yourself drawn to the ones who are struggling, the outsider at the party, the friend going through the hardest season of their life, the stranger who looks like they are barely holding it together. You don't do this out of pity. You do it because something deep inside you recognizes them. Soul recognizes soul. Healers are not drawn to broken people because they are broken themselves. They are drawn to them because they carry a medicine inside that those people desperately need. And on some level, both souls know it. Have you ever spent time with a certain person and walked away feeling completely drained, even if nothing bad was said or done? Have you ever entered a space, a building, a room, a gathering, and immediately felt heavy, uncomfortable, or overwhelmed for no visible reason? This happens to healers constantly because your energetic field is wide open. You absorb the emotional and spiritual energy of everything around you. This is why boundaries are not optional for you. They are essential. Many healers burn out not because they are weak, but because they give endlessly without learning to protect and replenish their own energy first. If this resonates with you, hear this clearly. You cannot pour from an empty vessel. Protecting your energy is not selfish. It is sacred. Since you were young, there has been a feeling inside you, a quiet but persistent knowing that you are here for something more than the ordinary path. You could not always name it. Sometimes it frustrated you, watching others seem perfectly content with a normal life, while you felt this constant pull towards something deeper, something bigger, something you couldn't quite see but could always feel. That feeling was not delusion. That feeling was your soul's memory of its mission. Spiritual teachers across every tradition have said the same thing. Those who are called to heal others are given that knowing early. It is planted like a seed in the soul long before the person is ready to understand it. You are understanding it now. Healers are natural givers. This is one of their greatest gifts, and one of their greatest vulnerabilities. You find it almost physically uncomfortable to prioritize your own needs over someone else's. When people around you are struggling, your own problems suddenly feel less important. You delay your own healing, your own rest, your own joy, because someone else always seems to need you more. But here is the truth that most healers take years to learn. You are not meant to sacrifice yourself. You are meant to sustain yourself so that you can serve others from a place of overflow, not emptiness. The world does not need a burned-out healer. It needs a whole one. While the world around you moves faster and louder, you've always found your deepest peace in stillness, a walk alone in nature, a quiet morning before anyone else wakes up, time spent in silence. Not because you are lonely, but because in the silence you can finally hear yourself again. Healers need solitude the way plants need sunlight, not as a luxury, but as a biological necessity. It is in the quiet spaces that you reconnect with your source, process everything you have absorbed from others, and return to your own center. If you have always craved more silence than the people around you seem to need, it is not because something is wrong with you. It is because you are doing energetic work that most people cannot see, and that work requires recovery time. This is the final sign, and perhaps the most powerful one. After all the pain, after all the times you were taken advantage of, misunderstood, overlooked, or hurt by the very people you tried to help, you still wake up and choose to believe that people are fundamentally good, that the world is worth fighting for, that love is still the answer. That is not naivety. That is the mark of a true healer. It takes an extraordinary soul to be broken open by life and still choose hope, to be disappointed by people and still choose compassion, to carry wounds and still choose to be a source of light for others. If that is you, the universe placed that resilience in you deliberately, because the world needs healers who have been tested, who have doubted and returned, who have fallen and risen, who know from personal experience that healing is possible, because they have lived it. So, my friends, if you recognized yourself in these signs, I want you to sit with this truth for a moment. You were not sent here to live a small life. You were not sent here to simply survive. You were sent here with a gift, a rare, sacred, desperately needed gift. And the world is waiting for you to step fully into it. Your sensitivity is not your weakness. It is your superpower. Your pain was not your punishment. It was your preparation. Your difference is not your curse. It is your calling. The path of the healer is not always easy, but it is always meaningful. And you were built from the very deepest part of your soul for exactly this. If you are still watching, you already know which of these signs spoke directly to your heart. I would love for you to share it in the comments below, because this community is filled with healers just like you, and your words might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the light you carry, even when the world makes it hard. I wish you healing, wholeness, and the deep peace of finally knowing you were always exactly where you were meant to be.